All right, my friends, before we get into the reading, let me just say something real quick. Before we get into it, I wanted to share why I'm reopening the year ahead readings for each sign. At the very beginning of 2025, we walked through what this year would mean for you energetically. We looked at the themes, the lessons, the stretch points, and the initiations that each sign would move through. That was if you were a member. So I'm opening this up for everyone. Now that we're into December and we're getting ready to close out the man made year, I want to revisit those messages with you, not from a place of prediction, but from a place of reflection, because energy and astrology and all of that is a living language. It shows us the architecture before we step into it, but we only understand the meaning once we've actually lived it. So, as I reopen these readings, I want you to sit with how these themes have unfolded for you, what actually took place, what surfaced that you weren't really expecting, where you grew, where you hesitated, where you were stretched, where you may have changed. And I want to invite you to watch each sign, not just the one that you typically gravitate toward. Every zodiac sign rules a house in your chart. Every house governs a part of your life. You carry all 12 houses within you as one integrated being and one soul moving through a complete system of growth. When you watch every sign, you begin to see the full pattern of your year, not just one little slice of it. Okay. So you do not have to fit your life inside a zodiac sign box. These readings speak to the different parts of your chart and your psyche, but you will notice that there are messages from earlier this year that now make sense in a way that they did not before. This is the purpose of returning to these energies. It helps you understand the deeper pattern of your journey and prepares you for the cycles that are coming in the year ahead. So take a breath. Listen to this again if you haven't already. Most of you haven't, because this was exclusive to members. And notice what stands out to you that didn't land the same way in January. We are not just revisiting these so-called predictions. I hate to say that it's even a prediction, but it's not. It's just the energy, how the energy was presenting itself then. And we are tracing a year of your evolution. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hello, my beautiful Taurus and Taurus placements, my loves. This is your year ahead reading for 2025. This is exclusive reading here on the website. We're going to dive in here and see what may be going on for you guys this upcoming year. First, I want to take a look, though, at the lessons that you have learned in 2024. I'm going to lay a foundational spread, and then we'll move into the clarifiers, okay? So let's take a look at this lesson here, this lesson that you've learned for 2024. All right, so we have the King of Cups. Can you show me what Taurus can expect this next year for 2025? What can Taurus expect? Wow, Ace of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see that for you guys here. This looks like some major opportunity that you're going to be stepping into. Okay. All right. What challenge will Taurus face? Strength. Okay. How can Taurus harness their inner power? Eight of Wands. I just heard get moving. Okay. Okay. What's Taurus's personal theme for 2025? Five of Cups. All right. And show me new opportunities that await Taurus here for 2025. We have the Two of Pentacles. You might have a few things here. And give me the best advice here for Taurus for 2025. Again, the King of Cups. Okay. So I do see the Emperor here underneath the deck. As a reader, sometimes I know it's Aries, but sometimes I do see it as Taurus, just kind of depending on what plays out here in the reading. So let's start with this lesson here. I'm going to get a darker deck just so that it's, actually I may pause this and try and darken the room a little bit. It's just nature of the beast for this room. Okay, my loves. This King of Cups here, as far as this lesson that you've learned from 2024. Let's look at that. Show me for Taurus, please. Show me for Taurus. Okay, Four of Cups. All right, we have the Ace of Wands. And the Nine of Cups. Wow, okay. Ace of Swords here underneath the deck. Okay, my loves. So I feel like there has been adequate opportunities here, maybe even some more creative. You may not have felt like this was going to be something creative that you have thought about. It could have been that you felt like it was an emotional side to you that came up with this, okay? And I feel like this could have brought a lot of fulfillment, but this Four of Cups feels like it was a missed opportunity. It seems like you might have let your emotions get involved, or you felt like it wasn't logical or practical enough for you to invest into it, okay? So I feel like there might have been something here where you missed out on something, or you put it on the back burner. Maybe you didn't start it, okay? I think what you're going to find here, based off what I'm seeing in the advice, is how important your emotions are. As far as kind of catering to them, that's going to be fulfilling for you. Okay, so I do see that. I feel like this was some kind of, I'm hearing broad idea. This was maybe creative or something that you had some sort of inspiration for, but you felt like it wasn't something that you could really ground in the 3D. Okay. I feel like it would have been fulfilling for you, though. But for whatever reason, you decided to put it on the back burner. Maybe this is what this Ace of Pentacles is about. Maybe this is you grounding it in reality. This might be the return of some kind of opportunity that you feel like you missed. Okay? All right, so let's look at what you can expect for 2025. All right, show me what you can expect, what Taurus can expect for 2025 with this Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, King of Wands. Nice. King of Wands is very creative here. Also an entrepreneur. This could be about you maybe starting a business here. 10 of Wands. Okay. King of Pentacles. There you are. And the 9 of Swords. Okay, let me look at this for a moment. There might be something here that it's going to be worth the investment to put your time and energy, your work into here. Again, this could be something creative, or this could be about you starting a business. I want to see what this 9 of Swords is real quick. There seems to be something here that you're trying to kind of get away from. Maybe it's about being like a workaholic. Okay, it could be something around that. It could be about you're concerned around how people are going to see you. So I do see a little bit of stress and anxiety around this. Like, what are people going to think if I do this? What if people think, or what are people going to think if I, start doing stand-up comedy? Or what are people going to think if I, start making pottery? Or I'm thinking of that because I watched Ghost the other night. So I feel like there's something here that you're concerned about your reputation with. But this is really going to be, I see there being an opportunity that has the potential to take root here if you put time and energy into it. It is going to be hard work, but I think it's going to be worth it. And I feel like you're going to prove your worth. I feel like there is some kind of concern, again, around how people are going to see you. But I think that you're going to prove this. It looks like you're going to take the opportunity to prove it. You're going to go for it. Your confidence is going to kind of lead here. And for some of you, again, this is something a little more creative. Maybe you think it's not practical for you, okay? But I do see an opportunity in this, and I wonder if it's not you kind of deciding that you're going to go for whatever this Ace of Wands was this past year. Again, some sort of divine inspiration or something creative, okay? All right, so we have strength here, a challenge that you're going to face or a lesson that you'll learn for 2025. Let's see what this is. Could be about perseverance. Okay, Knight of Swords. Feels like speaking up for yourself, even when you're like scared or you're feeling uncertain here. Wow, the Empress, yeah. Look at this. This is you standing up for yourself, Taurus. It's you kind of declaring the direction you're going to go and feeling sure about that. But I also want to say that there's something about this that's quite honoring to you. It's honoring to yourself. It's going to bring in a lot of abundance. You would be saying, like, this feels like the right thing for me to be doing. So I feel like you might have to stand up for yourself. It could be that what people say or what someone says in particular, okay, could be quite confusing to you or make you feel uncertain. But I feel like this is you speaking your truth. Show me the Seven of Cups. Knight of Cups. There seems to be a person here. Two of Swords, yeah. I think somebody is getting in your head here, okay? Somebody's getting in your head. It seems like it might be a romantic partner, okay? For some of you. It could also be somebody that makes you feel like you're knocked down a peg in some way. I'm not sure why that's coming through, but it could be like maybe somebody's treating you like a child. Okay, it could be something of this nature. But I see that whatever they're saying causes you to question things. Okay, so this is about you being sure with that Leo energy there of strength, you standing in your confidence here, you persevering, you standing up for yourself and doing and stating what you feel like is right for you. So this is about, I'm hearing, I won't back down. So this is you not backing down. I really like this for you, Taurus. Okay, and I feel like you might be stepping out of your comfort zone because, again, you could be stepping into something that you don't see as very practical. But it is, I feel first off, it's some sort of divine inspiration. Creative idea. Okay, so I just feel like this is somebody's getting in your head, but I do see you standing up for yourself, learning to stand up for yourself here and persevering, pushing through, speaking your truth. Okay, that's good. So you have this Eight of Wands here, how you can harness your inner power here. Show me this Eight of Wands. Okay, Death. Your opposite sign of Scorpio. You got a lot of Scorpio here. You could have it in your chart. Wow. You not questioning yourself and moving forward anyway. Even when you are questioning yourself, it's like pushing through. I just heard punch it. Okay. All right, so you have the Tower. Show me this Tower. 11:11 on the timer here. Ace of Cups. Ooh, boy. All right. I feel like you're going to be getting some ultimatums from people, possibly from a lover. Okay, possibly from someone that's in a relationship. I also think that you're really going to find that by you pushing through, okay, even when you're questioning things, this is going to be deeply transformational for you. This may have a little bit to do with Pluto moving into Aquarius for you, which is happening on November 19th, but it's going to be in the sign of Aquarius for the next 19 years. So this could be you really stepping out of your comfort zone. This could be you doing something that you're not necessarily, you haven't really been even contemplating, hasn't even been a thought because it is out of your comfort zone. But what I see is that even when you question it here, harnessing your power to continue to push through here, to continue to move forward, to make progress. Now, you may face some sort of consequence for this, okay? And again, it could be somebody, this person that I'm seeing kind of getting in your head. Now, you may not even be connected with this person yet. For most of you, I feel like you are. But for some of you, you may meet this person a little later, and then this comes up next year, okay? And that should give you an indication here if somebody's not supporting you, whether it's the right thing for you or not. But it causes you to question yourself. Okay, so again, there's this progress forward, this, I don't know what this death card is. Let me look at that a little bit here as far as, because I don't know if you're ending something. Let me see this death card. Queen of Wands. Wow, okay. So this is the ending to your lack of confidence in yourself or in some area of your life. There's going to be something that takes place, okay? Either you're going to find that it's going to be shocking to you, that you find a lot of fulfillment in what you're doing, and there's a lot of abundance that could be flowing in here, okay, because of your emotional state as you're doing this. Now, for some of you, there could be the ending of some kind of connection because of what you're doing. If that is the case, then I feel like it was kind of already on its way out, okay, or it was already struggling. It's not something new that's popping up. This would be something that, as far as relationship is concerned, something that you have, there's already been some kind of struggle. There's already been consideration on whether to end it or not. But what I see is that you're like, this death card is your confidence transforming here. Your ability to push forward, your ability to make progress. I want to see a little bit more about this Tower and this Ace of Cups. Ten of Cups. Yep. I think this is about your emotional fulfillment that you're going to be feeling for the most part, okay? For some of you, again, there could be a relationship ending because of this. Somebody not being on board, somebody feeling like their whole world's upside down because of what you're doing, okay? A little bit selfish if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. There could be more of a reason, more of an in-depth reason that could be happening. But again, I feel like if that is the case, then it's already been on its way out. But I think you're going to be shocked to find how fulfilling something is for you, how secure you actually feel in whatever it is that you're going to be grounding in the 3D. This is incredible. I wonder what it is that you're going to be doing. I feel like you already had this idea, okay? I feel like it already came through to you. And you're like, no. You kind of pushed it to the side. Not practical, okay? All right, so your personal theme for the year, the Five of Cups. Now, I do see maybe you're feeling like you're losing something, okay? It doesn't mean you are, but you could feel like a part of you is like you're losing a part of you maybe. Let's look at this Five of Cups. Okay, the Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like there's a shedding of an old you, or there's some shedding of some things, and it could, a lot of times when that happens, you know, it can feel like an actual, like, death. You could be experiencing that feeling of that shedding, right? So, but I feel like there's something new here. Look at that, Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, yeah. Big changes, okay? I feel like I don't feel like there's necessarily a loss unless there's a relationship that could be ending, okay? I feel like what you're experiencing here is a deeply transformational energy. And because of that, I feel like you're going to feel like you're losing something. It could be like losing a part of yourself. You could be mourning the death of an old you. With this Magician and this Wheel of Fortune, you're creating something beautiful. And it's going to have a positive change in your life, a positive turn of events, a positive outcome with this Wheel of Fortune. You have what it takes to make this happen. I feel like you could feel like a little bit of a noob, as my boys would say. Whatever that means, a newbie. Okay, you could feel, it could be a little bit of foreign territory. The foundation could feel a little rocky, but again, I feel like this is something that you're going to ground it in reality for yourself. And I don't feel like it's just for you. I feel like it's for those you love, especially where there may be a family situation involved. Okay, but this is about you manifesting something beautiful for yourself. It could also bring in a lot of, I'll say fortune, okay, luck, fortune. You're going to feel like you're on the right path, but I do, Taurus, just be prepared, because I do feel like you may be mourning the loss of some aspect of yourself. You could also have regrets about maybe staying too long in a certain position, or staying too long in a certain career, or in a relationship, okay? But I do feel like you're going to be experiencing something new. This is going to feel like a bit of an adventure. You might even feel like weird about the fact that it feels fun to you. Fun's not practical, something like this, okay? So you could feel a little weird about that. It looks like it's an adventure for sure. But nonetheless, some sort of positive turn of events here, okay? Positive movement forward here that's going to have benefits. All right, so we have this this Two of Pentacles. We're looking at the opportunities that await. I feel like this is something that has been up in the air for you or is going to be up in the air for you. You're going to be considering this with this Two of Pentacles. Yeah, see, is it stable? Is it stable? There you are, Hierophant. You're trying to do the right thing. You could be fighting a little bit. That could be where this Five of Cups comes into. You could be fighting some sort of conditioning. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles reverse. Look at that. So you're questioning this. Is it stable? Is it going to provide stability? Is it something that I can commit to long term? Is it something that I want to commit to? I feel like this ace, you have an opportunity here. This Ace of Pentacles is in the upright, okay, as far as what you can expect. There is an opportunity, but you're questioning the opportunity quite heavily. And I feel like it's belief systems that are influencing this decision. You could have a marriage that could be impacted, a home that could be impacted, a family situation. Maybe that means that there's changes or maybe even uncomfortable changes that need to take place. There's a lot up in the air about how to go about this and if you're going to even tackle this thing. Show me this Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, see, there's something here for you to learn. You would be, this is actually doing you a great service here because there's going to be some new skills that you acquire. That may be where you feel uncomfortable. That may be contributing to your questioning of this opportunity here. There is potential for you to miss this again. Or for it to just be a fleeting thing and you never really, take hold of it. I really feel, though, Taurus, that if you do this, you're going to see some deeply beneficial changes in your life. Financially, spiritually, emotionally. I feel like you've kind of been back and forth about this for a while, or it looks like you totally ditched it at one point. But again, I just see that this Ace of Pentacles is here, okay, but it has the potential for you to not do anything with it again. You may not want to feel like you're starting over from scratch. That may be something that kind of is involved here, okay? It does look like it may require some new skills or for you to learn something new. I think you're a little concerned about something that that you've already had in your life or that has been stable becoming destabilized. So I get that that's a valid concern for you. But I do see the positive shift. I do see the positivity around this and what it can be. If you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to have the courage to move in this direction and really make this thing happen. Okay, so it really is up to you when it comes down to it, okay? This is quite good if you're willing to step into this. King of Cups as far as your advice. Ten of Pentacles, wow. So here's what's important, Taurus. Your emotional fulfillment on the inside is what generates abundance. Whatever you're feeling on the inside is going to manifest in your reality. Okay, so I feel like this is something for you to note, something for you to be aware of, something for you to work on. The Ace of Swords, yeah. Six of Cups, wow. So there's something here as far, yeah, I see the Four of Swords. This is where this conditioning is coming into place. I was just mentioning to my mother the other day, and I'm going to tell you because it feels like this. Like how people, was it my mother or it's my grandmother? Doesn't matter who it was, but I had this conversation yesterday. People have, you know, parents have expectations of their children, especially where there's like a generational thing. Say like you have a whole generation of doctors or a whole generation of military or law enforcement or whatever it is. There's like this expectation that the children that are to come will follow in those footsteps, right? And a lot of times it happens initially. And then we kind of step out of that. So you step out of it into something that really is part of your soul's purpose, or the thing that you're actually feeling drawn to, or the thing that you feel like you're meant to do. Like I remember saying like, I want to be an artist when I was a kid, because I used to draw all the time. And I was told by somebody who was very intellectual, had a PhD, and well, you're going to be broke if you're an artist. You need to go to college. You need to get a doctorate and all this stuff, right? And that really squashed that dream that I had. So I feel like this is something about your conditioning, your beliefs, and what you're meant to be doing, or what you feel like you're supposed to do. And I feel like you're going to have people that don't agree with this shift. And that really is going to stand in your way. Your emotional fulfillment is what's important here. This is something about you healing some sort of direction that you were told you were meant to go, maybe from childhood, or that you believed that you were meant to do, okay? But I feel like that's shifting for you. I feel like your belief in what you're supposed to do is changing. It could be you stepping into a north node, okay? Something that you're meant to do in this lifetime. There could be, for some of you, even a Chiron in Taurus. Could be your foundations, your upbringing, that sort of thing, where there's a wound. I just see that your childhood is definitely part of this. You're going to be looking back at the past and being like, I have always done it this way. But you're going to find that shifting how you've been doing it is going to bring in a lot of security. I see you unexpectedly feeling the Ten of Cups, emotionally secure in whatever this is, fulfilled with the Ace of Cups. Feeling like whatever you're doing is right in your soul. Because of that, you're going to generate this Ten of Pentacles. Financial, material, security, legacy, etc. Wealth. Okay, let's get you a Moonology here. See what comes through as far as guidance, advice, clarity, confirmation here. For my Taurus, please. You are good enough. Yeah, okay. So full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. So I feel like this is about you, again, about your confidence here to go after something that you feel like would be exciting, or it would be creative, or it would be really something that you would enjoy doing. I think you already have an awareness of that. The problem is that the practicality gets in the way. Okay, so you could be learning a little bit of a lesson around this, but I really feel like this is a lot of you stepping into some sort of soul's purpose here. Okay. This is beautiful. If you give it the opportunity and you're willing to put the work in here and you're willing to push through, this can be something big for you. Okay? All right, Taurus, I hope you have a beautiful 2025. Of course, I'll see you before then. Mooches.